My name is Isakoto Misuguchi Takeda Kokonanda. So they call me George. We found out that life is expensive.
It all started with these chairs. So beautiful. We needed something to pep up the apartment. Then the dog, the skis,
And my contact lenses.
it really happened all in 1 week. The week we all went shopping together. There was a sale on dresses. Sam found one, the luscious kind. Who can resist a cloud of fluff? But you can't wear cloth school coat with it. New evening coat, shoes, bag, and tiara for the hair. Lulu just happened to pass by the most elegant ski outfit. But you can't ski without the boots, skis, poles, and ski gloves.
Beware those clothes for special occasions.
And George, the intellectual, couldn't pass out that portable electric typewriter, those albums, those art books, and the tape recorder.
It really did happen all in 1 week. It looked so simple and so easy. All we had to do was charge it.
Old Dad had to move in the situation, help them control their spending. What are your goals? What do you really want out of life?
You mean for now or for the future?
Now and the future. What do you really want out of life? Very grand dreams, girls. But right now, let's dream for the next few years only.
Sam wants the social life of college.
Lulu loves to travel. And George wants to be a doctor.
Have you ever heard of a budget?
Oh, let's not spoil life with a budget.
We've got to organize our money so we can make our salary go further.
When you budget, you're taking a realistic look at what you want and then at how much money you have. Then you choose what you want most and plan ahead for it. You'll never have enough money to buy everything you want. With a budget, you always have to make some choices. What'll it be? Chaos or spending by design? Either this or this.
How did I get into this?
In a budget, there must always be balance and harmony.
A budget is just a way of worrying about money before you spend it, instead of after.
Pick a goal for yourself which you can achieve in a year or two.
I'd like to fly to Rome and study painting.
And you blew your money on a complete ski outfit which cost half the amount of your ticket to Rome.
I forgot about Rome when I saw the fur.
That's the point. A good budget helps you resist those unimportant lures.
You know, I feel differently about things I don't want and things I can't afford. Things I can't afford make me unhappy. The things I don't want leave me cold. When you can't afford something, you feel inferior to it. When you don't want something, you feel superior to it.
Budgets help you to feel confident. Lulu wants to fly to Rome. If she takes the trip on credit on the fly now, pay later plan, she'll pay almost 1/4 more for the trip in interest charges. If the trip cost $400, she'd pay an extra $100 or $500 by charging it. For not planning ahead or budgeting for it, she is penalizing herself $100.
The trouble is, I just can't save. I feel that any loose money is for spending. And there are always those sneaky extras.
I know. Birthday and shower gifts every month, it seems. And after you're married, large amounts at certain times like doctor bills and car expenses.
I'll bet you're going to ask us to make note of every cent we spend.
Make lists of your needs. Don't leave anything out.
We found it hard at first to remember all the little expenses, like dry cleaning bills.
We spend an awful lot on cosmetics, shampoo, eye makeup, and food. We never realized how expensive food is.
I had told them that they must decide on and set aside a fixed amount for rent and food, your grocery allowance. Then you will try to get by on less than that.
How? Skip meal? Not me.
Eating less wouldn't hurt you.
Save money by buying food specials. Watch the ads. Suppose you use 2 pounds of butter or margarine a week, and you buy 4 pounds at the special price of, say, 50 cents a pound, as against the regular price of 75 cents. You spend $2. You save 25 cents on each pound of butter, or $1 whole dollar. If you could save $1 a week, that's $52 a year.
But we don't eat that much butter.
That's only an example.
Just on one item.
Now for the snapper. Think how much cash you would have to have in the bank to earn that amount of interest. In order to earn $52 a year in interest on your savings account, you would have to have about $1,000 in the bank. And you can save $52 a year by buying food on special.
You know, if we saved just $2 a week by watching specials on food, we could save over $100 a year.
Your other fixed expense is rent. Can you change your rent?
Oh,
No, we
we
like it here.
It's close to the bus.
We walk to the market.
All right. Get to work. See you later.
We each took our total income in silver dollars and started to play budget.
We placed our fixed expenses, which were food and rent, but then the big shuffling game began. How much to put where is the problem.
I'm a model in a department store. I have to be dressed to the teeth all the time. Clothes department, a very tall stack. Better take away from transportation or food.
I'm a receptionist in a big company. Have to eat in expensive restaurants once in a while. Better allow more for food.
Working in the library is a break. I don't have to wear good clothes, just flats and sweaters. But I need more money for books.
How's it going?
You know, Dad, I found out something. You can only spend your money once.
What a revolting thought.
You can only spend your money once. Once it's spent, it's gone. That's not exactly true. You can invest it, you know. Right now, let's let the girls invest a little time in budgeting. You can stop the film now and try to guess how each girl proportions her budget. See you later.
Hi. I hope you did better by us than we did. I spent much too much on cosmetics, eye makeup. But when I found out I spent 1/5 of my money on shoes, I flipped.
The first week on a budget is the hardest.
Medical school is a long, hard struggle. Guess how much I put aside? 1/4 of my check goes into the bank.
As your life changes, your budget changes.
You know, I feel differently now that we've done all this budgeting. When the clerk in the store asks me what price I want to pay, I just tell her my budget won't let me spend so much. I don't feel embarrassed anymore.
And you'd think we'd get mad at the budget, but we don't. It's a comfort. It's something for us to lean on.
That's because it's hand-tailored.
Old Sam loves that social life of college. She's planning for it, and I like traveling.
And I want to be a doctor sometime.
So we'll have to budget for it
Know ourselves
and plan ahead
for our future.
so we can afford our dreams. We hope you can afford yours. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing? I'm going to start rewinding here. Well, will I talk to you? So, in case you don't know, I'm Skip Alzheimer, and I created AV Geeks. I collect old educational films, and this is a telethony right here. So I'm actually digitizing these live over the internet and beaming them to you in your living room. This is impromptu. I generally try to schedule things, but I don't know. I had a wild hair. So here I am. I'm broadcasting to a lot of different places, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, and a couple of groups. So some of you I know by name, by face, or by credo. I don't know. Anyways, so tonight's theme is, it's called quarantine, but it's really just kind of the state that we're in. And it gives me an opportunity to share some films with you guys. I did pull a couple of disease-related things. Sophie the Germ Fighter and communicable diseases, they just get around, which we will probably show later. But I'm going to try to just show stuff I haven't seen yet, and try to keep it light. Also, I know a lot of people are forced to be working at home this upcoming week, so we're going to do lunch. 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. I'll show a couple of films, maybe an hour's worth, just to kind of break up the doldrums, to kind of get you off reading the news. We'll try to make it as germ-free as possible. I mean, when we watch films we've never seen before, sometimes a germ will sneak its way in. But we'll make it light. You get to get caught up in the nostalgic, wonderful, horrible past and not think about what's going on. I'm doing this kind of for my own sanity, and hopefully it will rub off on you. So anyways, that last film was really awesome. Consumer Education Budgeting, 1968. Those ladies were hip, and the color on that film was really stunning. Some of you that follow what I do know that not every film has that color. So, all right. So what we're gonna do. All right.
800! Are we supposed to do this like, wait, no, this times.
What?
How many
What
times?
M Trader, you're not having a stroke. This is the 800th episode of the AV Geeks Lunchtime streaming show.
It's crazy.
And so I've been, as Rick K called it, I've been putting up every increment of 200 or 100. I've been putting partial or complete versions of the 200 cartoon that was made by Vincent Collins for the bicentennial. Insanely psychedelic, and I just made it more insane.
You made it art. Avant-garde art.
Yes. I'm joined by Katrina,
Hi,
who shows
everybody.
up occasionally. She got a haircut, as we tend to do. But I showed the first film of the lunchtime streaming show. It wasn't official. Like, I think on that Monday was the official lunch one. Like, the quarantine, I think, was an evening or late afternoon thing. But it basically stated what we were going to do. We were on the verge of everything shutting down, and I kind of was like, well, okay, we'll make the best of it by showing films from the collection and try to digitize new ones as we go along. We ended up in our basement doing it for, I can't remember how long, but
A long time.
yeah, and then we moved the telecine there when the smaller telecine stopped working. So yeah, some of you were there at the beginning, and I appreciate you sticking around. Yeah, it was kind of more for my sanity than your sanity. I had to give myself something to do to kind of occupy my time. And boy, this has been something. We have shown nearly 3,900 films from the collection. There have been some duplicates in there, and there's some stuff on the list that's not there. That so it's roughly that, and it might not actually be the 800th episode. Somebody might come back and say, "Wait a minute, you didn't count these," or what happens more likely than not is someone says, "Wait, you didn't count." So this is actually 805th one. That's happened in the past, or it's been like I miscounted, and then suddenly it's like, no, you did the 300th episode like 10 episodes ago.
It's the spirit of
Yeah, we're celebrating today.
Today's right.
So, thank you for joining us. The other thing that we're celebrating is that it is, even though it's not March anymore, we are going to be doing the Toe-Tapping Tonenament 2023. And this is where we were challenged by Joe Pickett at the Found Footage Festival. They were doing something where they were going through their videos for the year and allowing people to vote on what was the most popular of the of that year, most popular jingle or toe-tapping song. And they pull from their videos, and they also kind of pull from YouTube, which I think is cheating. We're not doing that. We are basically pulling from the films that we have in our collection.
I feel like Joe, we gotta have it. That guy brings out the worst in me.
Right.
He totally brings out all the naughty, evil, childhood,
Right.
punk stuff.
Well, he grew up with two brothers, so I think that's what's going on, is that we're responding, we're triggering that
my
competitive,
God.
that's not fair, whatever thing. And so above me,
It's still true. Somebody said they still lose. And
Yes.
Like, yes, they do, Tom. They still lose.
yes, so for some reason, Joe was obsessed with this painting, which is I'm pointing to, which is the Clown Thanksgiving painting. And so Joe wanted to win that, and they offered up a painting of the club, which was a video that I turned them on to, cable access video that produced locally. And so I was like, okay, sure, we'll we'll see how this works out. And they lost with Shake Hands with Danger. Then the following year, they wanted again to maybe try to win both. And so we offered up something that my assistant Kayshawn came up with, which was if they lost, they would recreate the Clown Thanksgiving painting live by serving us Thanksgiving food dressed as clowns. Well, Thanksgiving came and went, and they have promised that they're going to fulfill this in the summer. So one of the things that Katrina and I were thinking about is like, well, maybe we don't want to compete with them for 2023 until after they fulfill the bet. Because I know what's going to happen. There's going to be some weaseling. There's going to be some, well, double or nothing, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I want them to dress as clowns and serve me Thanksgiving food. Mm-hmm. And so we might postpone the actual event. We might even do it while they're here dressed as clowns.
I think we should do it live. I think we should make them be dressed as clowns.
Yes.
And we should do the live stream of the tournament.
Right.
Or the Toenament.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Yes.
see what we come up with.
So, anyways, so over the last year, I've been asking you various songs that we've heard and the films that we've played were toe-tapping tournament candidates, and you've been chiming in. There's a wide, everybody has different personalities and different tastes. Some people absolutely would love a song, and other people thought it was the worst garbage they could possibly imagine. So I tried to balance it a little bit, but it is definitely biased to what my tastes are. And as a child of the 70s, there's a lot of folky stuff in there.
Which is another reason why whatever judge we pick for our tournament needs to maybe be... It'll be interesting to see if we get somebody who's like right on the cusp, 70s,
Right.
80s.
Yeah, so...
Because they're 80s kids.
Getting a boomer or a Gen Xer would be great.
Boomer.
Yeah, so... all right, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and launch into this. So get ready. So there's going to be a lot of little short songs. And we're just going to do the first 8. And what I did is I created a list and then randomized it and then just have them competing based on the randomness of it. So I'm just going to run it down. Fast food, what is it for you? Measure weight, think metric. Use your eyes versus people working with data. Safety as we play versus the zip code song. Good eatin' versus the Magnificent Major, I don't need no education. Not the Books Are for Burning, which I think is a solid song. But anyways, so we're going to, and what you do is you're going to vote. You're going to give us 4 votes. Or is that right? 4 votes? Yeah.
4 votes, and you don't need to go through it.
Okay.
Let's just play it.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Let's talk more rock.
All right, here we go. So here's the fast food, what's in it for you?
Now the story here is about a gal who looked great, but she got it in her head that she ought to lose weight. Then she felt guilty about the stuff she ate. Bad diet. You name it, she'd try it. Now her little brother Alex just wanted to be tall, so one day he could play basketball. Bad mood. And he consoled himself with junk food. Now Alex thought Derek was strong and cool, and he came for some coaching every day after school, thought he'd try it. Hold it! And they kept it quiet, and then one day Karen spotted Derek and went out of her door. Instantly she was overboard.
So now, here is the Think Metric song.
care what's on your mind. We're measuring everything we can find. We'll weigh with the scale, it's fun to do, and we'll count in grams, maybe kilograms too. Measuring the world around us. Look at the scale, tell me what does it show? We'll learn more about the things that surround us. The more we measure, the more we'll know.
Hard matchup, man. They're so different.
So I should say that the winner of the Found Footage Festival's Toe-Tapping Tonenament, Tony 3, was a Commodore song. And the fast food song features a Commodore Amiga for some of you geeks that know. Yeah.
Like, how did they win with a Commodore
Not the
song?
Commodores, not the band, the Commodores.
Is that Lionel Richie?
Yeah, I think he was part of them for a while. Yeah. So, yeah, of course the Commodores would win because they're awesome. But no, Commodore, the computer company, for a commercial for the SX64, which was a portable Commodore 64. But anyways, okay, next matchup, Use Your Eyes versus people working with data.
See how beautiful the world really is. Watch how things work. You can learn new things every day if you just use your eyes.
Hey, look up, look down, look all around you. Tell me what you see. There's so much to be discovered if you'll look carefully. There are different sides of me that form my personality. I work with people and data and things, and each side of me has a song to sing.
Now I can be the kind of people who prefers to work with people, helping you or serving in some way. I prefer to guide and teach you, serve your needs. I'm there to meet you, reaching out to touch you every day.
And I'm the one who likes to sing whenever I'm at work with things. Using things is what I like to do. I work with things of different size, with different uses I've devised. To work with things is what I love to do.
And I feel that there's nothing greater than to work with facts and data. Information is the stuff I use. Investigators gather clues and commentators give the news. Data is the kind of work I choose.
So come along with me and see which of me you'd like to be. People, things, data too. We're all different sides of you know who. We all fit together to make up you.
We're going to practice safety as we play. We're going to practice safety as we play, as we walk and ride and play. When I get to the corner, then I wait. I look in both directions and I wait. To the left, the right, the left. When the sign it says to walk, I walk. When the sign it says don't walk, I don't. I walk. I don't. I walk. We see many, many things as we walk along. We learn many, many things as we sing our song. And we'll be safe and happy as we play. And we'll be safe and happy as we play.
time ever lost, a lot less handling along the way.
No damage for you to pay.
You know you gotta have a zip code, yeah, you're out beyond the clock. A zip code, yeah, oh, you wanna pack out. A zip code, yeah, you're morning well down, and everything will be alright. Well, meet a fella called Mr. Zip.
What he can do for you will really make you flip.
So if you have any further postal demands, we're gonna leave you in his hands. You know you gotta have a zip code, yeah, you got a zip code, yeah, you gotta have a zip code, you're running well down, and everything will be alright. And now, my friend,
We'll say so long.
we Hogan,
Our zip code song.
we've told you everything we know. It's up to you to make zip code go. You know you gotta have a zip code, yeah, you gotta have a zip code, yeah, oh, well now. A zip code, yeah, you're running well now, and everything will be all. You gotta have a zip code, yeah, on the yard. A zip code, yeah, oh, you well now. A zip code, you're running well now, and everything will be all. Everything will be all. Everything will be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are both great.
So, I feel like we on the show we talked about safety as they play, like that being close to a Jack Black or White Stripes song. I can't really remember. I wonder if he saw this as a kid and then it just kind of was rattling around in his head for 20 years and then it popped back out. Okay, so good eating.
I'm made fruit and vegetables, and I'm like meat with food groups. Food groups. You gotta have some of us every day. We're food groups. Food groups. You gotta have some of us every day. I'm in the dairy group, as you see. You gotta eat some of my friends and me. Buttermilk and yogurt too. Cream and cheese, either yellow or blue. We're food groups. Food groups. You gotta have some of us every day. We're food groups. Food groups. You gotta have some of us every day. I'm in the meat group. We've got protein. There's protein in meat and protein in beans. Chicken and fish and nuts and ham. As good as meat, that's what I am. We're food groups. Food groups. You gotta have some of us every day. We're food groups. Food groups. You gotta have some of us every day.
I'm in the grain group, you can tell. Grain and bread can help you feel swell. The cereal, crackers, buns, and muffins. Grain and noodles and grain and stuffing.
We're food groups. Food groups. You gotta have some of us every day. We're food groups. Food groups. You gotta have some of us every day. I'm a vegetable, fruits and me have a special quality. Eat some of us every day. Carrots or apples, what I say? We're food groups. Food groups. You gotta have some of us every day. We're food groups. Food groups. Oh yeah. You gotta have some of us every day. You gotta have some of us every day.
I don't want to have to read the book. Why should I read The Wizard of Oz? I already saw the movie.
Did you ever think you might have a good time reading it?
A good time? Reading? You've been hanging around this school too long. Anyway, I sure know I have. I'm bored, I'm wasting time. What am I doing here? Why do I have to learn all this? It's not very clear. What good is it to me? Oh, what good is it to me? They tell me school's the place to learn what I need to know. But I'm just sitting here while I am waiting to grow. What good is it to me? Oh, what good is it to me? Everything I have to know, I can learn from a TV show. I wish I found a world where there would be no schools. 'Cause life must be fantastic in a place without rules. What good is it to me? Oh, what good is it to me? What good is it to me? Oh, what good is it to me? Reading and writing and arithmetic make us sick. Chemistry, history is all a mystery. Reading and writing, no education. I don't need no information. I don't need everything I have to know. I can learn from a TV show.
So that's the left part of the bracket. Fast food versus think metric, use your eyes versus people working with data, safety as we play versus the zip code song, good eatin' versus magnificent major, I don't need no education.
Some Pink Floyd reference there.
Yeah.
I don't need no. It's great.
Yes.
Those are hard. My heart. And that was random? You
Yeah, I randomized them.
Oh my gosh.
So if I had so good eatin' is so good, I probably wouldn't have stacked it against magnificent major because they're both very strong in my mind.
Yeah.
But the zip code song is also very strong. I think in doing the clipping, so the next bracket so you have a week to vote, all right? And send your votes to skip@avgeeks.com, and we'll do a recap maybe on Friday and make sure that people know what's going on. But I think there's a couple of duplicate song makers. The Use Your Eyes, I think, is in another film. Is another similar kind of style, and I think the name's in the credits. So, yeah, but definitely a 70s vibe here. Mm-hmm. The health-wise, I think, is like 81. But
the fast food, what's in it for you, could have been 80s. Like, it felt a little more 80s because it was like rapping a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
so that one might have been
element.
80s too, because the Amiga was in, I think, 84. So, yeah, that one's an 80s one as well. And I have not forgotten about some of the other ones. Next week is going to be some more hard challenges. Race for Your Life. Another thing about cholesterol. It seems like we keep coming back to nutrition films that have really good songs. So that'll be next week. We'll reveal that. I got 20 minutes. What am I going to do?
Show a film, Skip.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any films.
Oh!
I kind of set it all up to where...
All right, so I've got a question. What has been your favorite or the most unexpected thing for you about these 800 shows? Like what has been and there's the camera over there.
Yeah, I know.
You moved it over here.
What? All right.
What has been the most unexpected thing for you?
So, and Katrina suggested earlier, maybe if you have some questions, you can write them in the comments, and then I'll answer them.
Yeah.
What is the most unexpected thing? The most unexpected thing is that I'm still doing it. 800, doing something 800 times is just crazy. I mean, sure, I get up and brush my teeth tens of thousands of times, but this is hard. And the fact that we're able to go through and show so much stuff is really kind of reminded me of the fact that that's why I collect films to begin with, is that I wanted to show them to people. And the fact that you are all over the country, maybe in other countries, and you can watch this at other times, makes me feel really great, because this is, I would love to be in the same room with you and do a screening with you, and maybe this will happen in the future, but this is a good second place type of thing. This is just as good. And to be able to share and to have you guys comment gives me, I love it. I love the ribbing. I love the goofiness. I love when people make connections about things or they do research on things. These are the things that I love about showing these films, is that they resonate, and it makes me feel like, okay, it's not just me who thinks these films are interesting. There are other people, some who are complete strangers, who tune in and watch. And so thank you for that. I very much like that.
So related to that, I had another question which totally went out of my head. But somebody had a question. What is your favorite film, and I'm going to add this, Rick, that you've shown during the shows that you hadn't seen before?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. That's surprising.
You're going to have to come back to that
I might have to come back to that one, because,
right.
Yeah, favorites, it kind of depends on the day, but I should look in my notes, because normally I make notes that say, awesome, or holy cow, or, some profanity.
Okay, so another question here is, what was the first film you purchased?
That would be about conception and contraception. It was a National Film Board of Canada film, and we bought it because we had gotten a 16mm projector, and we didn't know if it worked. So we went to this flea market, and somebody had, actually they had a couple of films there, and that's what we bought. And we put it on, and it was a silent film. It says at the beginning, this film is silent. And it's a really crazy animated film about contraception that involves paper cutouts that kind of merge, and then different things happen to various sexual fluids, and then they kind of separate.
And we can't really show it because we keep getting bonked by the National Film Board of Canada.
Yeah.
They have amazing films, but they are very
they don't
proprietary.
like...
They want to show them. They don't want anybody else to show them.
And what's frustrating is that they block stuff that they don't show. So there's stuff that they have listed as it belongs to them, but they're not going to put it online.
Well, maybe we could show the visual, but come up with our own dialogue for it.
Well, no, I mean, it's the visual aspect.
It's not the audio.
Because remember, it's silent.
Oh, it's silent. I missed that part. That's why you had to get more, because you had to make sure the sound worked.
Second film we got was Uncle Jim's Dairy Farm, the second edition. And that's something. So in doing this show, we found the first edition.
Ooh.
Which I didn't know existed. And I found a good copy of it. I had a beat up copy of it, and then I found a better copy of it. And then we showed the third version, which featured a pudgy John Cusack as a kid who goes to a dairy farm, and they talk about computers.
There are a couple of people gave you some coffee, bought you some coffee today.
Oh yeah. Let me do a shout out here.
And another one, JB Group 1.
Nice, JB Group 1. Thank you so much. That's a very kind gift. That money will go to coffee or buying
films.
Not so much. Well, okay. All right.
I don't know if the number, probably the first time you showed that 800 the show, you probably talked about how many films you had, and 3 years later, there's a lot more films.
Yeah, there's 9,000.
A lot more films.
There's 9,000 more films.
We got. I don't know if Skip said this, but we've outgrown, the archive has outgrown the space that we have dedicated to it. So if anybody wants to buy a building in Raleigh and then go ahead and let us rent some space in there.
Yeah. But also, thank you. So that was
JB Group 1.
JB Group 1, and I'm not sure if I know who that is.
And they said, finally, I can watch live. So
Yay.
This is like, they
Nice.
must be watching off time. And hi, JB Group 1.
Yes. And also, thank you, Rick K. Thank you, Kevin. thank you, Jim, and thank you, William, for contributing money. Like, the money makes it great. That's an unexpected thing. Like, oh wow, there's money to be made. It's not money to live off of, but it's money that helps do things like buy supplies and buy rubber gloves and buy tape and all the really unsexy stuff that's associated with running a film archive, and then also coffee too. So thank you for that.
So did you think of the film?
Yeah, favorite film that I had. Yeah, that's tough.
There was one you came home with one night and said, "Oh my God, I just saw this film today, and I can't remember."
I can't remember what it was either.
All right. So we might have to get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
All right. So, Thelonious M. Unk, aka Dr. Unk, PhD. What's your favorite? Oh damn, this is awesome, but I absolutely can't put it on the lunchtime show.
Sudden Birth is one of the big ones. Sex Ed for Trainables is another one. And we had talked about doing a non-YouTube AV Geeks After Dark. And we might do that. We'll do it definitely this year.
Maybe we'll say, here we go. Those of you who vote on the show, vote for the Tonenament, you get a special invitation. And those of you who have donated coffee, you get a special invitation to the offline or whatever Zoom special screening of AV Geeks After Dark.
Yes.
You get a special Zoom invitation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Incentives.
Yeah, incentivize it. Yes. Gamify it.
Gamify it, right. If you made a like, no, it will work.
Yeah, which one have is my favorite that I've never seen before? Because certainly Pride on Parade I like, and I've shown that a couple of times. That's one of my favorites, but I've shown that before.
Okay, so this says, what about that film you mentioned in the 1999 documentary about drug overdoses? I don't know. Old Radio's asked that question. Do you know what that means?
Oh yeah, 11:59, 1 minute to choose. Is that the one? It's about heroin overdose. Yeah, that's not one of my favorites. I have found that the drug education films that deal with LSD, with marijuana, those are fun and hilarious.
Have you shown Dead is Dead on here?
No.
No, so that would be that's one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
And I think if we do...
Oh, maybe that's the one I talked about. No.
After Dark.
Yeah, okay, so I haven't. Yeah, because I didn't get Dead is Dead until much later. Yeah, it was 11:59, 1 minute to choose. And it's just, you see somebody in an emergency room and them kind of pumping their stomach or, doing something to them. Yeah, it's not... I mean, it's meant to scare and to gross out anybody watching it. And it's not fun. Not fun to watch. Dead is Dead has some people overdosing in it and some photos of people who died overdosing.
It's all about the narration.
Yeah, but it's Godfrey Cambridge, who is an African-American comedian who was in Watermelon Man.
And he's dead, right?
Yes, he's passed away. This was a passion project of his, and it is over the top. And it's funny who he blames for.
It's so great.
Yeah, it's real good.
We won't give it away.
Yeah, we'll show that.
My God.
Again, we'll do that as a After Dark. Maybe we'll do a sex one and then we'll do a drugs one. How about that? Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, and we'll do it later in the evening, so you can have a sip of fine cocktail while we're showing it.
Dr. Unk, PhD.
Oh, thank you.
Just donated.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So back to that, what is my favorite film? So you made it hard, Katrina.
Sorry. I mean, I think it's actually, it's this is the thing now. He's watched over how many?
3,900.
So almost 4,000 films on the show with you. Some he'd seen before, some he hadn't, and I love these notes. YouTube shut it down. Toe-tapping.
Yeah.
Home movies. So good. But how do you choose? Like, it sometimes he has to see them more than once to like get in his bones.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's kind of a lame.
All right, we're gonna come back to that maybe the next week when we do the toe tapping.
Yes.
We will do it, and well, next Wednesday. No. So a couple of announcements. The Found Footage Festival guys are on tour. They're doing a couple things. One is they're doing their new show. They're testing on their new show. The other thing is that they're touring with their documentary, Chop and Steal. So check them out.
Yes.
They're going to be in Raleigh next week. Very exciting.
The 20th. But they're going to come and go so quickly that they can't do the Clown Thanksgiving. we talked about the logistics of it. I was like, well, you're flying in that day, so then you would, like, as you're getting off the plane, you'd have to be putting clown makeup on, and then
take it off for your screenings.
Yeah.
And then they're going the next day to another show, I
Yeah.
think. So that,
Yeah.
that wasn't going to work. Chop and Steal, it's going to be great. All right, I don't see any more questions, people. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I really have to think. See, that's the thing is, like, your favorite. Like, it's that.
Or the one that, maybe favorite's not right, but the one that, like, there was at least one, maybe two that came home, you were like, whoa.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, I can't remember what they
are. We'll maybe track that for the next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it is true. I've been challenging Skip about, like, are you sure you still want to do the Daily Show? Why are you still doing the Daily Show? It's right in the middle of the day. I mean, not to put that, but, like, it gets him to see films. Like, normally they just sat in the back before they wouldn't watch films every day.
Right.
New films every day. But that's been, and I have to say this. So Skip's been also doing shows at the Alamo here. He started doing live shows. They're not, they're kind of different kind of shows. They're just in the lobby at the Alamo, which is really interesting because people just are walking by and like, what's happening? So it's not an experience where people are just sitting and watching the films and interacting with Skip. It's kind of this distracted thing. It's
I'm
very
trying
different.
to rebuild an audience there.
But, and I said this to you, maybe I haven't, the way he presents is different. It's improved. It's more practiced. It's like, because normally you would do a show a month, so it'd be like he'd get a little rusty. But because he gets to share this time with you guys every day of the week, his skills are, and skills is the wrong word, but just your presence is more rounded. It's fluid, and he's really interacting. He's reading the room, and it's great. It's really joyous to watch because I've been watching you do this now for 12 or 13 years, and it's definitely right. So thanks everybody for participating in this way.
I think I have an answer to the question.
Okay, let's repeat the question. Skip, what film have you seen during the 800 days of showing films that you had never seen before that has stood out to you and been like, oh my God?
It is the film that put me in Facebook jail. And I bought it from a Ukrainian, and it was a Soviet film called We Speak English.
Oh yeah.
Where we see a classroom of Soviet era, like, kids speaking English. But the way they speak English is so weird. It is so, like, this weird rhythmic thing, and you're not quite, I think it's just kind of rote, like they don't quite know what they're saying, but there's this conversation that's, it's so wonderful and so insane, and, like, I got a message from Facebook the next day that said, yep, you can't stream live for 3 days, and I'm like, why? And of course, they never told me, but I think it's because I said the word Ukraine and Russia, and then I showed something that had Russian material in it. So, but that was by far blew me away and just had me in hysterics because it was so great. Okay.
We got another donation from Richard Fulton.
Thank you, Richard.
Cynthia wants to know, have you ever, or it says even, but I'm going to say, have you ever been in a fist fight with Rick Prelinger?
No. No.
Who's Rick, Skip?
So Rick is, I consider him my mentor. He's been doing this 10 years longer than me, where he was collecting films and then selling it for stock footage, and has done many amazing works since then, including the Field Guide to Sponsored Films. He helped me when I was super broke, and I digitized a bunch of stuff that he had on videotape, and we uploaded it to the Internet Archive. Over 7,000 films, and so we kind of talk to each other, and he's doing a big campaign now. He got some funding and got a scanner, and so he's been digitizing a bunch of stuff that's going to be showing up soon, and it's a lot of stuff that's kind of outtakes, a lot of home movies. He loves home movies. I think he said he has 10,000 that he's actively digitizing. Anyways, he's this amazing guy. We haven't been in a fist fight.
They've hugged. There's been lots of hugging. Rick's the best.
Yeah.
And he and his partner Megan have started the Prelinger Archives in San Francisco. So
the actual library.
It's actual library of. I don't even know how to explain what it is they do, but check them out.
Yeah.
They're amazing human beings.
Yes.
Doing good works all over their lives, and
yes.
And Skip shows some of Rick's films on the streaming, right?
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah.
It's every once in a while if there's something that kind of fits. I try to keep to my stuff, but that Swinging Six zip code song was I think he had a better copy of it than I did, and that's I used that and showed that today. But wow, we just blew through that hour.
Yeah, great. Blah blah blah. But hopefully you found the content invigorating.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hugs, not slugs. Yeah. Yeah. So, have you told me about we're going to be out in California?
Oh, yeah. So this is going to be the challenge. We're going to be in California.
And Portland.
And Portland, Oregon for 2 weeks. In May, I'm going to be doing a live screening in Portland. 2 live screenings in San Francisco. One at the Alamo, one at Exploratorium. And then I'm going to be doing a screening in Los Angeles, and I'll have more information about that. But it's going to be a challenge for how am I going to do shows. It might be a lot of pre-recorded stuff. I'm trying to make something that will be novel and interesting for everybody. But
maybe we'll just walk around and stream it live or something, like from...
Yeah. We'll do like what everybody else's live stream is.
Experiential,
We'll just say, oh, go, here's here's the San Francisco treat trolley with rice-a-roni written on it in San Francisco. I don't know. We'll figure something out. It'll be entertaining, and it will involve films that we have not seen before.
And shout out to, is it Rick that helps you on the site and helps you with the stream?
Yes, Rick K. Thank you for being the adult in helping me go through the comments. And kind of moderate, get the spam out, all the sex bots, kick them out. It's not a lot of fun, but I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. Honestly, I have the equipment, I have the films, but if I didn't get the buy-in early on, where I was having, scores of people or hundreds of people watch, I probably would not have gotten to 800. So really... the key to this is you guys. And so thank you so much for watching and for commenting and for sharing. And of course, the money is great, but it is really the fact that you're there.
It's not the money, people.
Yeah. The fact that you're there and you're seeing your faces or names and your comments every day has kept me going. Aww. And so thank you so much. This would not be 800. It would probably be 100. So you're like, ooh, I did 100. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm never doing that again.
MT Raider 86 just donated
200.
Very generous. Very generous. Thank you so much.
I don't know what denomination that is. CZK.
Is that Czech?
I don't know what that is.
200 CZK.
Yes.
Woo!
It's awesome. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to
Are Are we going? Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Aw.
We're done.
You guys are great. I love reading and I love your camaraderie and your relationships, and it's really fun to watch your snarky and wonderful, loving comments on the streaming show.
As always, please rewind. Love each other. Love yourself. Smiley face with eyelashes, etc. I'll be back tomorrow. Vote.
Oh yeah, vote. Vote.
To skip at avgeeks.com. Thanks again. We will talk tomorrow.